From the past 1 hour, you were standing in a corner while your eyes were fixed on his sleeping figure. He wasn't moving at all, and you thought to grab this opportunity to check his room. Maybe you could find any information related to your father, but you were scared. One thing you are sure about is that he's merciless, and if by any chance he caught up spying on you, then you still remember what he said to you. No, I can't sit silently like this and let him do whatever he wants. I need to find a way to get myself and Dad out of here. You were sure that he was still unconscious, so you made your way towards his closet. There must be something that I can get a clue. You take a look at Jungkook and start to check his closet. Suddenly your hand stopped and the body froze in its place when you heard his voice. It was weak and painful. You turned back and saw he came back in his senses, but he must be feeling pain and that's why he was groaning. He threw his head back, scrunching his face while his right hand reaching out to the nightstand for the glass of water. You closed the door and stood there watching him. He must be thirsty, but you didn't help. You were watching him from a distance. You flinched when the glass dropped on the floor before shattering into pieces. He was too weak right now. You noticed that the color of his bandage turned red because of his blood. The condition seems critical, but you were still thinking about helping him or not. You don't know what he has done to your father. Nor he was good to you, then why would you help this monster? He put his right hand against the wounded area and groaned. You are a medical student yourself and know a lot of things and can definitely help him, but you were not even moving from your place and was just watching him suffering in pain. Jungkook sat down and he seems to be struggling to breathe. You slowly walked near the table and poured water in a glass before extending it towards him. He turned his face towards you. You changed your mind because that's how you grew up. That's what your father taught you, that no matter how evil the next person is, never lose your integrity. He attempted to take the glass but immediately pulled back. Is it painful? Do you often face this? He slowly turned his face towards you when you spoke in front of him that confidently. Who told you to come into my room? I was ordered. But I'm glad I stayed because no matter how cruel you are, no matter how stone-hearted you are, everyone feels the pain when it happens to them. That's what your condition right now. You kill people as if they are some kind of insects, but now look at yourself. You can't even bear the pain of a bullet. People like you often left lonely, where no one stay by your side at your worst times because God always watches you and karma never leaves you. Get out of this room before I do one more crime. Just get out of here. He crawled while you put the glass on the table and left the room. Jungkook picked the glass and threw it on the floor. Later, Mike came in the room when he heard from you about the condition of Jungkook. It was hard for him to do his dressing properly. I'll call Vian. She would do it. No need. He got up and left from there, leaving Mike alone in the room. Jungkook walked inside the living room boiling with anger. He shouted your name angrily, making you look at him. Yeah, you come here. You trembled because he was looking so scary. You walked near him but stood at a distance. Seems like I have treated you better than you deserve. You've got a lot of guts to speak in front of me. He walked near you and grabbed your neck, making your eyes widened. What are you doing? Leave me, he said, trying to move his hand although his grip wasn't tight. His intention was not to hurt you. Just remember that you are a slave here. I can do whatever we do and no one will question. If I hear one more word from your mouth, you will have to pay for that. Tears filled in your eyes, but still you stayed strong. Neither you nor your father would be alive for long. Mike quickly rushed to where you both were standing because he panicked to see the scene. He was afraid that Jungkook might harm you. Boss, please leave her. We will never be able to get that information if something happened to her. Jungkook let go of you while you coughed and grabbed the couch to gather yourself. Fire all the maids and servants. She will going to do all the work from now on. He shot you an angry glance and walked away. Mike looked at you and the sky seems less cruel. In fact, he was being gentle with you from the very first day. Don't be scared. Nothing will happen. He will not going to do anything to you. And he followed Jungkook. Min wasn't actually supplying the information to the secret agency. He even found out where Mr. John has been kept. They all were shocked to hear this piece of information Jay shared. Are you sure about that? Jay walked near him and passed him the file, which was filled with the pictures collected from CCTV footages and other sources. The agency was planning to use Min to get all the information, but few months ago he stopped responding to them and hid himself, but they purposely created a misunderstanding so that we suspect him, and then it will be so easy for them to use Min again. That's why he ran away with that information, because he wanted to hide it. We need to save Mr. John because I think they might do something worse, and we have already seen how he used your father to trap you. Jungkook's muscles tensed up and he clenched his hand tightly. Prepare the special team for the mission. Now there will be a war. What about Mr. Min? He's barely breathing. Jungkook looked at him. Hire a doctor for him and make sure he will be alright. Mike nodded. Jungkook's eyes were red with anger. Jungkook came back home, but when he entered inside the living room, he saw you laying on the floor while blood coming out of the corner of your forehead, right above the eyebrow. He tensed up and walked near you. Yeah, get up. He tapped on your cheek, but you were unconscious. Wyan. He quickly took out his phone and called Mike to come with the doctor immediately. He then picked you up and brought inside the bedroom. He made you lay on the bed and quickly brought a cotton pad to cover your wound as the blood was coming out. He has no idea what happened behind him because there was no one in the mansion except you, and all the bodyguards were outside the house. Then he remembered something and sprinkled some water on your face. That worked as well because your body reacted, and after a minute you finally able to open your eyes, but your vision was blurry. Are you okay? Mike also came with the doctor and she immediately checked you. Are you not eating anything? Your body is lacking nutrition and because of starvation you fell unconscious. Jungkook looked at you surprised. It's been a week since you are here and you didn't touch any food. Were you not eating anything? You didn't say anything. Your body has become so weak. I'll give some supplements and medicine, but please eat properly. Mike, call the maids and tell them to prepare the food. No need because I won't eat. The whole atmosphere became tense. Jungkook and you were looking, or more like staring into each other's eyes. Get the food all ready. I'll see how she can deny. Everyone left the room, leaving you and Jungkook. Don't think you can bring me down by doing all this. You are only making yourself weak. One day you have to give up on this attitude. The kind of inhuman behavior you keep. You will beg to have someone by your side. Life is unpredictable and no one holds the power until the end. He laughed while coming near you. I do, and I will. You talk very confidently, and for that, I would like to praise you. No one has ever showed me this much tiredness, and I can say that you are different. Mike came inside the room, and behind him, the maids were standing with the food. They placed the plates on the table and left silently. Jungkook looked at you.